Cassandra Thomas works in a coffee shop for pennies and lives with his parents in his 30s years. She once studied at a prestigious medical university, dreamed of becoming a doctor, and was one of the best students in the stream. But she had to forget about it and leave the university with her best friend Nina Fisher. Nina is long gone alive, and Casey now lives in the hope of getting revenge on those who drove her to suicide. Every week, a girl comes to a nightclub in secret from her parents, pretends to be drunk and defenseless, and waits for one of the guys in the club to decide to take advantage of her position. Guys or how one approaches a drunken Cassandra, asks about her well-being and offers to take her home, but in the end they take her to their place. The girl pretends to the last that she cannot even stay on her feet, and when the guys start to pass to her, she asks to stop and let her go. But none of them even think to stop. After waiting for the right moment, she stops pretending and makes it clear that she is absolutely sober and can report to the police about harassment any second. But instead she convinces that she is not the only one who does this, that there are other girls who turn with such people is much tougher, and leaves confused guys alone with the fear of being caught. In this way, Casey is trying to teach dishonest guys a lesson and knock out of their heads the belief that they can rape girls who are not able to resist with impunity. One day a visitor comes to the coffee shop, who recognizes Cassandra. They went to university together before she dropped out. Ryan admits that he has been in love with her ever since and is trying to invite for a date. The guy reminds Casey of old days and old friends from the university. He mentions Alex Monroe, who will soon marry a famous fashion model, and Nina's friend, Madison. After hearing these names, Casey agrees to a date with Ryan and then writes down their names in a notebook in which he keeps score potential rapists whom she managed to teach a lesson. The girl's parents are not satisfied with the fact that their daughter does not aspire to anything, often disappears at night, does not want to go back to the university she dreamed of, does not make friends and relationships all her life, and still lives with them. Mother even gave her a suitcase for her birthday, hinting that it was high time for her live on, leaving in the past what happened to Nina. But Casey is already devising her plan for revenge on those she believes are responsible for her friend's death. The date with Ryan is going well. Casey enjoys spending time with him. After lunch and a movie, they go for a walk around the streets of the city, and Ryan deliberately leads her towards his house, which alarms the girl. But he immediately apologizes and promises not to rush things. The next day, she herself comes to the hospital, where he works as a pediatric surgeon, and invites him to drink coffee. Every day, Casey and Ryan are getting closer and falling in love with each other, and the girl invites him to a family dinner to meet her parents. Acquaintance does not pass quite perfect due to the wayward nature of her mother, but she and her father are glad that their daughter's life is starting to improve. Building a clear plan for Casey invites Madison to meet at the hotel bar to chat and reminisce about student life. During conversations, she slowly gets drunk Madison and reminds her of what she did with their dead girlfriend. When Nina announced the rape, Madison did not believe her and believed that no one forced her. The girl tries to somehow justify herself, but she drank too much and cannot think clearly. Casey leaves after paying a guy friend to take her to a hotel room. For the next in the morning, Casey's phone is bursting with calls and messages from Madison, who remembers little about last night, but she doesn't answer in a hurry. Following the second point of the revenge plan, Casey declares to a meeting with Elizabeth Walker, the dean of a medical college, having previously lured her young daughter into a cafe, pretending to be a makeup artist for a famous pop group. Cassandra comes to the dean under the pretext of her recovery at the university, and then smoothly she recalls woman about how she didn't even listen to Nina when she made accusations against Alex Monroe. Mrs. Walker tries to explain Casey that Nina had no evidence, and such accusations she hears very often. Casey responds by saying that she left her daughter in a room with fellow students and a bunch of alcohol, and they are at any moment can do with her the same way as Alex with Nina. Elizabeth begins to worry about his daughter, realizes his mistake, and begins to apologize to Casey. She assures that her daughter is actually safe, waiting in a cafe for his favorite performers. who are unlikely to whether they will appear. Busy with the plan, Casey forgets her date with Ryan and asks to be rescheduled for another day, and then goes to the bar for another irresponsible victim. Leaving the establishment arm in arm with one of these guys, Casey meets Ryan at the exit, who came there to meet with friends. She can't explain the situation to him and he gets angry and leaves for her. And the guy from the bar runs away, finding out that the girl is absolutely sober. The next day, Casey visits Alex's former lawyer, who threatened Nina to withdraw her application. The man remembers everything and even retired. Tormented by conscience and guilt over her death, he sincerely repents to Casey, and she forgives him and does not torment him like Madison and Elizabeth. She later visits Nina's mother. She encourages Casey to move on with her life. The girl listens to her words and decides to abandon the plan, and then apologizes to Ryan. Returning home, Cassandra discovers at Madison's doorstep. All on her nerves, she asks her friend about that guy and the events of the evening after them. Meetings. Casey reassures her that the guy just left her in the room and made sure nothing happened to her. Madison gradually comes to her senses and gives Casey an old phone, which has video where Alex rapes Nina, and a few other people watch this and find it to be something cheerful. In the morning, Casey comes to Ryan's hospital with a recorded tape where he laughs at what is happening, along with the rest. She threatens to send this video to all his acquaintances and the police if Ryan does not tell her where and when there will be a bachelor party before Alex's wedding. The guy says the address and then tries to beg her forgiveness, swears that since then he has grown and wised up, and now he realizes that it was a terrible mistake. But the girl no longer believes a single word of his. Dressed up as a stripper nurse, Casey goes to a bachelor party. The guys are very happy with such a gift and are willing to do a game. After drinking alcohol with strong sleeping pills for everyone except the groom, she takes Alex to a separate room and, under the pretext of performing a private dance, handcuffs him to the bed. Casey introduces herself as the name of a dead friend, and Alex does not believe her and thinks that this is a joke from his friends. When the guy finally understands who she really is, Casey proceeds to the revenge I dreamed of for so many years. She wants to carve her friend's name on Alex's body with a blade, but he breaks free and begins to choke her with a pillow. Casey twitches and tries to get out of his grip. But he turns out to be stronger and kills her. Bedbound on one arm, Alex holds all night in the same bed with Casey's body. In the morning, one of John's boyfriend's friends appears in the room. At first, he does not believe that the girl is dead and tries to wake her up. But having understood the situation, he convinces friend that it was an accident and helps him burn the corpse before the others wake up. Through a couple of days, Casey's parents go to the police and report their daughter missing. Before the bachelor party, she warned them that she was going on a business trip, but no one at work knew about it. The detectives visit Ryan at his workplace and ask about Casey, but he lies to them, telling them that the girl was mentally unstable due to her death. Nina could well do something by herself. On the day of Alex's wedding, his ex-lawyer, whom Casey had previously visited, receives a package containing a videotape. The girl understood that it was very risky to go to the bachelor party and left the lawyer clear instructions on which he should execute. If she doesn't come home, the lawyer will take her to police video of Nina being raped and the address of the house where Alex's bachelor party took place. Nearby from home, the search party finds the remains of Casey's body and one half of a pair of pendants with the name of Nina, and a colleague of the girl from the coffee shop finds her second part on which the name Casey is written. Alex, Joe and Ryan have fun at the wedding and think that the story with Nina and Casey is forever left behind. But suddenly Ryan receives a series of scheduled messages from Casey, and the triumph interrupts the sirens. Joe has time go into hiding, but the police arrest Alex, while his bride and the guests are trying to figure out what's going on. 7 years ago, Alex escaped punishment, but now he to go to jail for 2 crimes at once: the rape of Nina Fisher and the murder of Cassandra.